Hey guys, it's Silent Storms here, and today I'm going to be sharing 10 things that I think non-members should get in Animal Jam. In general, I think that Animal Jam is very good about keeping members and non-members in check, in balance, and I applaud them for that. And I think that's really hard to, be fair to people who want to play the game without paying. But I do think that there are a couple of things that Animal Jam could give to people who do not want to pay or have considered playing but aren't sure yet. So I thought I'd just share my opinions and a couple thoughts I have on the subject myself. So, as you can see, this is a non-member account, new jammer. So the first thing I think non-members should receive is more dens. So if you're a non-member, all you're left with is a small house. Now members, on the other hand, they have access to literally every single den there is, which is pretty obvious since they're paying in the first place. But we're talking about a ton of dens here. Like, look at these. Some of these are too big to even fill up. Like, I mean, look at this. Look at this. This compared to a little small house. That's crazy. I mean, a lot of members don't even want to buy these houses because they're so big. So, I mean, why don't you just give one of the unpopular dens or a couple other smaller dens to non-members instead of giving these huge dens that you aren't going to even have time to fill up to the members. This next thing isn't really something that I think is super huge, and it's a couple more items for the non-members. There are so many member items in here. Probably 3/4 of the items in here are member items. And that's understandable. I mean, Animal Jam has to make money, and they want people to buy a membership, so they only give non-members a couple items, which is reasonable. But, I mean, they're giving non-members literally the most unfashionable items, which nobody buys. I'm pretty sure these are the equivalent to Crocs, which, yeah. I definitely think that non-members should get a few more items, or at least have access to a couple more, quote-unquote, fashionable items. Next thing that I think Animal should do is allow non-members to send and receive gifts. You can't send gifts to them, and they can't send gifts to you. You can't type your own messages to them. And I mean, I think it's really cool to be able to communicate them with people through messages, and they don't have accessibility to the Jammer wall either, so they can't really do that. So I just think that being able to type your own message in here would be cool. And sending and receiving gifts as well. So just jammergrams in general. Maybe they could change things up a little bit. Next thing is free chat. Free chat, or safe chat I should say, is a huge reason why I like Animal Jam in the first place. I mean, restricted chat is just, it's honestly not fun. I mean, what is this? When you remember, you can literally... Oh, well, okay. Well, I think that non-members would be really happy if they had safe chat as well. I also think that non-members should have a couple more Diamond Shop animals and items because, okay, so they have their diamond encrusted legs or gauntlets and tail armor. It's a pretty decent amount of things in here. I still think that they should have access to a couple more clothing items or armors. Maybe they should be able to have the full set of diamond encrusted stuff. But yeah, I think animals especially, maybe if you give the non-members one diamond shop animal even, they'd be able to save up their diamonds and have fun, saving up diamonds to get this animal that you really, really wanted for a long time. And maybe that would convince them to buy a membership because they can finally have this feeling of buying an animal that they've saved up for so long. I also think that non-members should get a few more item slots. I mean, members have literally 300 item slots. And what, 500 item slots? I don't even know. Maybe just give non-members half of what members have. Maybe give them 150 item slots. Now this one is one that I've wanted non-members to have for quite a long time as well. And that is some actual music. So obviously they can have the freedom of changing their music, but let's be real here, they can't really do that because there's no music for them to buy or have access to because it's all for members. Maybe just allow them like a couple of music pieces, because I think that maybe if they have these music items, they would be convinced to buy membership because it's so cool having some music in your den, maybe you want some more. I do think that non-members should have more access to the pets. I mean, yes, they do have some hamsters that they can buy. You know, maybe just give them a butterfly or like a flying animal. And finally, I think that non-members should have a few more animal slots. Fill up the first 2 rows, or even just these 2 rows, but like, playing as 2 animals, it gets kind of boring after a while. If you remember, you have so many slots, so many that I don't even have like half of them filled at this point. You know, maybe just a couple more slots for, you know, a couple underwater animals, a couple land animals, just to try each one out and see how they move around and stuff without having to actually delete most of them, just so that they can get a good feel of all the animals. And maybe that would convince them to buy a membership so that they could have even more enjoyable animals, such as the fox or even a diamond shop animal. Okay guys, well that was my video for today. I hope you enjoyed. I think that in general, like I said, Animal Jam does a very nice job of being fair to non-members. I mean, obviously Animal Jam has to make money. How do they do that? Their main source of income is probably Animal Jams, the memberships. That was my opinion on this subject. I know that's an extremely controversial subject in Animal Jam. You know, every game has its flaws, and this is just one of them where people cannot agree on what people not paying should get and should not get. I guess that's all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!